Hey everyone, I'm Chris Hansen and welcome to the very first video on the new Movie Reviews HQ channel. Today we're going to be going over my top 10 movies of 2009, so let's get it started. Okay, well let's just get right into it. Top 10 movies of 2009. Coming in at number 10 was the movie 2012. This movie was just flipping great because it's just the one thing that I think every man loves. Stuff just blowing up and stuff getting destroyed. Who doesn't love that? This movie was pretty much just disaster porn, and Ronald Emmerich is usually pretty good at that. There were some parts in the movie that were really unbelievable, but I kind of got past that just because it was so awesome to look at everything just going to shit. Coming in at number 9 was Public Enemies, and I specifically like this movie because Johnny Depp just did such a fantastic job. Michael Mann did a great job directing it, and whoever wrote it, the screenplay was fantastic. It was based on a true story, and so if it's based on a true story, you know it's going to be good. And I just had a lot of fun with it. Christian Bale was, I really don't like him, but I just thought it was a really good, entertaining movie. Coming in at number 8 is the movie The Hangover, and this movie is just, as it says on the title, it's just an instant classic from the very first time I saw it. It's a hilarious comedy, and the thing I love most about it is pretty much the thing that everyone loved most about it. It wasn't the scenario, the hangover in Vegas and all that stuff. No, it was the characters. Ed Helm, Bradley Cooper, and Zach Galifianakis. They all did a fantastic job in the roles, and they just made the movie perfect because they all worked so well together. It was just such a hilarious movie. I loved it so much. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should. It's a really good, great comedy. Number 7 was 500 Days of Summer, and this movie took me by surprise. I watched it on an airplane, and I thought it was going to be some sort of stupid chick flick or something like that, or some kind of hipster movie. It wasn't. It was actually a fantastic movie. It was pretty much a great exhibit of a regular relationship and the complications of that. Not to mention it had Zooey Deschanel, who was downright beautiful. This movie really took me by surprise. It's a fantastic film, and it was also really witty and funny as well. There were just so many things about this movie that I loved. And it was actually pretty good. Coming in at number 6 was the movie Watchmen. A lot of people didn't like this, and I could see why they couldn't. I'm a big fan of the universe of Watchmen. I've read the book. Alan Moore did a fantastic job on the book, and I thought they did a really good job, Zack Snyder did, on sticking true to the book. All the actors did the roles the same way we envisioned them in the book. I mean, if you're not a fan, I can see why you obviously didn't like it, but it was actually a really great movie to me. And another thing I liked about this movie was the soundtrack, which really fitted the mood of the whole movie. Number 5 was Terminator Salvation, and this movie just kicked ass. Basically, I thought it was a fantastic reboot to the Terminator franchise. Sam Worthington did a great job, and so did Christian Bale, except for when he flipped out on set.
You got any idea about, hey, it's distracting?
Yeah. I'd like to see what they have in store for the next 2. They're planning on making 2 more films. Number 4 was the movie Inglourious Basterds, and this movie, what a fantastic piece of cinema it was. Quentin Tarantino's best film yet, in my opinion. Mainly because I think that he interpreted World War II in a fantastic way. Brad Pitt was fantastic in his role. The cinematography was just amazing, and how detailed every scene was. It really was just a great piece of film, and I just thought that, people kind of subjected it as just being mindless violence because it's Quentin Tarantino, and it's not. It was a tremendous movie. I enjoyed it so much. It was so much fun. It's a great movie. It really is. Coming in at number 3 was Star Trek, and this movie was awesome, mainly because I'm a big nerd. I'm not really a Trekkie, but I just love space, sci-fi kind of stuff like that. I think the thing that they did the best was all of the actors. They portrayed the characters perfectly because I'm a big fan of the original series, the original 1960 series. All the actors did their roles perfectly. They really stuck true to the Star Trek universe. Number 2 was Sherlock Holmes, and this movie was just awesome. It really defined what a true mystery detective story should be. It had all those classic elements from the classic Sherlock Holmes novels, and I thought it was great. Not to mention, I'm a big fan of Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. He makes any movie good because he always puts on a great performance with his wit and his charisma. It really just came together in just a really good movie. And number 1 is, of course, the one movie, kind of process of elimination here, Avatar, the one movie everyone talked about, biggest movie of the year, and it really was. And the reason I'm putting it at number 1 is because I believe that after, everything they put into this movie, all the effort and work, that it's just kind of earned its place as like the best movie of 2009 because in essence, it really was. James Cameron worked really hard on this movie, and I can see the work did pay off. The world that he created, Pandora, It was just freaking beautiful. The creatures, the land, the way that everything interacted, it was just eye-gasmic. It was so good at how real the whole world came, you know, it's like you kind of forgot you were watching CG. And the story had its weak points. The plot is essentially Pocahontas. Say the plot got kind of weak, but it was at least somewhat believable. They executed it in a way that you can kind of understand, and I like the actor Sam Worthington. I'm a big fan of him. There were some really sterile characters, such as Sigourney Weaver. Altogether, this movie was just a magnificent piece of cinema. James Cameron once again did a great job. He's a real perfectionist, but this movie was just downright beautiful, and that's why I think it deserves #1. Alright, well that is my list of best movies for 2009. Leave a comment or video response telling me what you thought your favorite movies were of 2009, and also which movies you're most anticipated for in 2010. I know for me, I'm excited for Clash of the Titans, Iron Man 2, Alice in Wonderland, and Kick-Ass. Alright, I'm Chris Hansen, and I'll see you guys in 2010.